From out of the West comes Red Ryder, America's famous fighting cowboy.
Prod that pony, little beaver. There's queer goings-on up country. Let's hit the trail and find out.
You betcha, Red Ryder. Get along. Get him up. Get!
All right, Thunder. Hit that trail. Come on, Thunder!
The Adventures of Red Ryder. Through the strange, mysterious human telegraph of the range, word has come to Red Ryder that somewhere up around the Pecos Valley cattle country, queer things have been happening. The terror is striking at the hearts of the ranchers as violence brings bloodshed and even death. And now on his faithful horse Thunder, Red is riding across the range with his little companion, Little Beaver. Suddenly, the cowboy becomes alert.
Little Beaver.
What for you stopping?
That cloud of dust off there. It's moving too fast for a drive. Those cattle are stampeding.
Stampede? That's bad.
It spells trouble for somebody. Come on, Little Beaver. Maybe we can be of some help. Speed, Thunder, speed. All you can give, boy. Look at those critters come, Little Beaver. Must be 500 head and all scared plumb local. And great guns, they're heading straight for that deep gorge off to the left of us. If we can't head them off, they'll all break their full necks.
We can't stop them stampede, Red Ryder.
Maybe we can turn them, Little Beaver. That is, maybe I can turn them. I'm not letting you ride in front of their tornado. They're almost on top of us. Get in there, Thunder. Turn those cattle. Stretch them, Thunder boy. Turn to the right, you crazy galoots. Can't you see you're heading for cow heaven? Guess I'll have to shoot to scare off the lead cows. Hit it, Thunder. Let's get some of them. Get over there. Turn over there, you critters. There they go. And the others are turning. They're swinging to the right. Oh, we did it, Thunder. We did it.
That's very good, Red Ryder.
Why, you doggone little rascal, you. I thought I told you to drop behind. Ho, Thunder, ho, boy. Now, how come you didn't obey my orders?
We think maybe you get killed, Red Ryder.
You couldn't have stopped it.
We tell him Red Ryder, where he go him, me go him.
Thanks, but just the same, you shouldn't have done it.
You haven't much room to talk, cowboy. That was about as foolhardy a thing as I've ever seen done.
Gosh, ma'am, you gave me a start. I didn't even hear you ride up.
Oh, I'm not over it yet. Why, when I saw you race out in front of those low-coat animals, I wouldn't have given a plug nickel for your chances.
Well, I couldn't see a fine herd like that break their crazy necks without trying to stop them. I'd call them sweet-looking cattle, ma'am.
The best in this country.
Say, what's the matter with the chump who owns this outfit? There wasn't a single cowhand trying to stop that stampede. Doesn't he know that cattle like those don't grow on sagebrush? Or has he too much dinero to care?
You're looking at the chump who owns them.
You, ma'am? Well, gee. Well, excuse me for talking that way about you.
That's quite all right. Mr.
My name's Ryder, ma'am.
Not Red Ryder.
That's right.
Oh, my name is Ruth Rankin.
Glad to know you, ma'am. My sidekick here is Little Beaver.
How are you, Little Beaver?
Me skookum.
That means in Injun language, plenty good. You know, I reckon I owe you an apology for those cracks I made. You know, I'm always picking the wrong time to sort of talk out of turn.
Oh, forget it. I owe you thanks for saving my cattle.
Well, I'm sorry I had to do so much shooting, but it was the only way I could stop 'em, ma'am. Where in tarnation are all your hands? It don't look to me like they were on the job.
My hands have all quit me, Mr. Ryder. I've only my foreman left, and he's out fixing fences.
The hands quit you with the spring drive coming up? What kind of hombres did you have on this spread?
They quit me because they're afraid.
Afraid of what?
It's just something rather mysterious to scare us all out of our wits. 6 times it's struck. And 6 times it's caused me to lose one of my best hands.
But who's behind it?
That's just it. I don't know. I've no idea. Everything that's happened so far seems to be accidental.
Accidental?
Well, 2 of my boys riding the line fences at night were wounded by their own guns. One was badly burned in his sleep when a mysterious fire destroyed a line camp. Another was killed when an overhanging ledge of rock crumbled as he rode beneath it. 2 were poisoned drinking water from a spring. And the last was accidentally shot by my foreman when he mistook him for a prowler.
How long has all this been going on, Miss Rankin?
Well, it began about a month ago. The last accident occurred on Monday of this week. The next day, the rest of my hands pulled out.
Well, what do you know?
And other strange things have happened, too. Things for which there just seemed to be no explanation.
Like which?
Well, like that stampede, for instance. What frightened those cattle? Cows don't go on a rampage like that without some reason.
Been any shooting or cattle killed here today? You know, sometimes the smell of freshly slaughtered beef fills them with fear.
We haven't butchered here for 2 weeks.
Well, say, it looks to me like you need some help around here.
Oh, if you only knew how much I need it.
Well, if you're not too fussy, ma'am, you've got yourself a couple of hands right now. How about it, little Viva?
This place bad medicine, Red Ryder. But if you stay in here, me stay in here, too.
Then it's all settled.
Oh, this is almost too good to be true. Come on up to the ranch house with me. I'll make you acquainted with the layout. That's my foreman coming in now.
What did you tell me his name was?
I don't believe I told you. However, it's Bagley. Bert Bagley.
Bagley. Oh, yeah, Bagley. Used to be straw boss on Ace Hanlon spreads.
I don't know anything about that, but I do know he's a very capable man. Bert's been a big help to me through all this trouble.
He must have changed a lot since I knew about him.
What do you mean by that, Red Ryder?
Oh, nothing. Just talking out of turn again, I guess.
Well, you meant something.
If he's your friend, he's all right with me.
Oh, dear. Oh. Hey, that was a slick piece of work, stranger. I seen it from the top of Bald Hill. That horse of yours is something.
Why didn't you try to stop them, Bert?
Well, I was busy fixing fence, Miss Ruth. I didn't notice what they was up to until it was too late to reach 'em. When I seen 'em making for that bluff, I thought the whole herd was goners.
And they would have been, but for the quick thinking and courage of Red Ryder here.
Did you say Red Ryder?
That's right.
And incidentally, Bert, Red Ryder is signed on. He's working for the Crossbar H.
Well, that's fine.
Shake hands with my foreman, Bert Bagley, Mr. Ryder.
How are you, Bert?
Well, we're mighty glad to have you with us, Red.
Thanks.
I suppose Miss Ruth told you about the trouble we've been having.
She told me there's a hoodoo on the place, if that's what you mean.
It's worse than a hoodoo, Ryder. There's something evil at work here.
I don't go in much for superstition myself. I've found that when there's something evil around, it's usually found inside a human being.
Well, if you two will excuse me, I'll go in and get supper started. Hoodoo or no hoodoo, we've got to eat.
Listen, Red. I don't want to worry you none, but you're making a mistake in signing on here.
Am I?
Don't mean nothing but trouble for a man. I know. I've been through it. Now, if it's just work you're looking for, there's a big ranch adjoining this one.
I'm much obliged, Bert, but I'm staying on here.
You're liable to be sorry, Ryder. You're liable to be mighty sorry. Pass the sugar, please.
Here you are, Bert.
More coffee, Mr. Rand?
I've had plenty, thanks. Say, who owns the adjoining property, Miss Rankin?
Well, with the exception of the land that adjoins our west line, it all belongs to T.H. Campbell.
A good neighbor?
Oh, yes, we can count on Mr. Campbell. I'm positive of that.
Good. You know, I'd like to know where little Beaver vamoos to. It ain't like him to skin out without saying something.
Perhaps he's woman shy.
My guess is that he's looking the ground over around here. You know, that little Injun can read signs like a veteran tracker.
What's the matter, Bert?
I just remembered I forgot to throw some feed to them calves. I better do that right now.
Your foreman doesn't stick very close to the truth, does he?
What do you mean, Red?
He already fed those calves. I saw him myself.
You don't like Bert, do you?
No, he's too shifty-eyed to suit me.
That's just your imagination. Bert's all right. I'm sure of it.
And I'm just as sure that he knows a whole lot more about what's going on around here than he lets on. Now, if you'll excuse me, Miss Ruth, I'm going to hunt up Little Beaver. With what's been happening on this ranch, we can't be too careful.
Red.
Those were rifle shots. If anybody's hurt Little Beaver, they're going to have me to reckon with.
Oh, wait, Red. I'm going with you.
Little Beaver. Little Beaver.
Oh, if anything's happened to him, I'll never forgive myself, Red.
It's not your fault, Miss Ruth. I went into this thing with my eyes open. If anyone's to blame, it's me. Little Beaver.
After tonight, I'm going to give up, Red. It's no use. I can't go through any more of this. Mr. Campbell offered to take the place off my hand if I decide to sell.
Oh, so Campbell wants to buy this place.
Well, he doesn't want it particularly, but he'll take it as a favor to me.
That's very wide of him. Easy, Thunder, easy. What's wrong with you, boy? He acts like there's something on the wing.
Oh, more shots.
Pistol shots that time. Came from ahead of this gulch somewhere. Come on, let's get up there. Easy, Thunder.
Oh, my horse is jumpy, too. There's something on the wind, all right.
Funny, I can't pick it up. Wait, I've got it now. Somebody's been butchering beef. You can't fool me there. I've been around too much of it.
Then that's what riled up my herd.
Sure. Little Beaver has got a nose like a bloodhound. I'll bet he picked up the scent, too, and has been following it.
And perhaps he found what he was looking for and fired that shot to attract our attention.
I wish that was it.
Well, doesn't it sound logical?
It would be logical, except that Little Beaver has no gun.
Oh.
More shots. You'd better stay back here in the timber, Miss Rankin. We're pretty apt to run into a mess of trouble up at the head of this gulch.
If we do, I'm going to be in it, too.
Doggone it, Thunder. I was afraid you'd do that.
That's you, Red Ryder?
Little Beaver, where are you?
Me near him by line fence.
Are you all right?
Me all right.
Oh, thank goodness.
Who fired those shots a while ago?
Last time me fire him, me want him to get help.
Help?
Your foreman, him shot Miss Rankin.
Good heavens, where is he?
Him here.
Uh-oh. We'll have to get him out of here in a hurry. Is he shot bad, Little Beaver?
Shot in foot.
How did it happen, Bert?
No, it was an accident, eh? I was climbing through the fence and my gun fell out of the holster.
What were you doing up here, Bert? And why were you climbing through the line fence? You told Miss Rankin you were going to feed the calves.
Yeah, well, as I was going to the barn, I happened to look up this way, and I seen a rider silhouetted against the sky. And noted it was someone that didn't belong here, so I come up to run him off.
I think maybe Mr. Bert seeing me bulletsing over Little Beaver's head.
That explains the rifle shot, Miss Rankin.
I didn't know it was the Injun kid, so help me, I didn't.
What happened next?
Well, when I got up here, there was no one in sight, but I could tell steers had been killed. Somebody'd been a butchering cattle, and I aimed to find out who, and if it was ourn.
Go on.
I got to looking around, and I spotted a pile of fresh hides on Campbell's side of the fence. I climbed through to check the brands, and on the way back,
We can't do anything for that foot up here in the dark.
No.
Think you can ride a horse, Bagley?
Oh, if I can keep that foot out of the stirrup, I think I can make it. My horse is in that clump of brush yonder.
I know. We found it. All right, get his horse, Little Beaver, and bring it here. Between us, I think we can ease him up into the saddle.
Looks like you were wrong, Red Ryder.
Wrong?
You know about what you said at the table tonight?
Maybe I'm loco, Miss Rankin, but I'm going to find out what's going on around here.
We return to the adventures of Red Ryder in just a moment. And now we return to Red Ryder. It is the next evening. Miss Rankin and Red Ryder are seated on the ranch house steps, quietly talking. Little Beaver is seated near them, staring intently at a graying sky.
This accident to Bert is the last straw, Red Ryder. I can't go on fighting this thing. It's just too nerve-wracking.
I know how you feel, Miss Rankin. All these accidents don't make sense. But I'll bet a month's wages that when we do find the answer, it's going to be so simple we'll wonder why we didn't tumble right away.
If there were enemies I knew trying to drive me from my ranch, I'd know exactly what to do. I'd know how to fight a thing like that. But this, it almost seems as though some hideous supernatural